Maxwell Alejandro Frost, for their powerful leadership in amping up civic engagement and exemplifying a new generation of political leadership. Let me tell you a little bit about Maxwell. He is the Democratic nominee for Florida's 10th congressional district in Orlando. And he's receiving, as you know, the Cool to Consciousness Power Award. When I called up Maxwell, because in many ways he is the poster of a young person who is claiming their civic power and their voting power. And we were going to give him a power award. And he talked to me about his journey from being cool to consciousness and the things that made him want to run for office. And in fact, that allowed him to win the nomination. At just 25 years old, Maxwell is wasting no time representing the power of youth engagement in our political system. Maxwell inspires us and is the picture of a civic influencer who is seeking a more secure and inclusive democracy. Civic Influencers is proud of him. Is Maxwell live?
Hello.
Hold on. Hi.
Hello, how you doing?
Thanks for joining us, Maxwell. I know you are in Tampa, and I'm so sorry you couldn't join us here today. But our best wishes and hopes to get through this hurricane is with you.
Yeah, well, thank you so much. And just thank you so much for the recognition. Hello, everybody. My name is Maxwell Alejandro Frost. It's an honor to get a chance to speak with y'all. I was supposed to be there in person. I'm actually in Orlando. We are experiencing one of the worst and strongest hurricanes that we've had in generations here in Florida. And, you know, the climate crisis is here. And we know that the way that we can defeat this is by electing morally just leaders that are going to do the right work. And the way we do that is by protecting our democracy and ensuring that young people, yes, have the right to vote, but have the accessible right to vote. And that's what this has to be about. You know, there's so many areas where we need bold change, from climate change to ending gun violence. I'm a survivor of gun violence myself, to ensuring that we protect our democracy, to ensuring that people have the right to a safe and legal abortion all across this country. And, you know, throughout my entire life, I've always been the youngest person in the room. I will hopefully be going into Congress as one of the youngest people in the room. But the thing that Civic Influencers does is it looks at young people and says, it doesn't matter that you're young, your voice matters. You matter. The experiences that you've been through, this timeline of growing up through Occupy Wall Street and Black Lives Matter, and going through more school shooting drills and fire drills, those experiences are important at the table, not just in the halls of Congress, but all across this country, and specifically in the ballot box. And that's why this work is so important. I'm so honored to receive this award. Congratulations to all the other recipients and all the other honorees. The work that Civic Influencers does is not just important, it's critical to saving our democracy. I'm honored to stand alongside them as a partner and in solidarity with this work, and going to continue to do it here in Florida, but also across the country. So again, thank you so much. Very, very, very sad I couldn't be there today. But weather had a different plan, but hopefully we will be together in fellowship soon. Y'all have a great day, and thank you so much.
Thank you. Maxwell, can you stay for one question?
Yeah.
We have a lot of people looking at us online and here at Salesforce Tower in New York, where we're having the in-person Power Awards. What would you say to make them optimistic about young people turning out in the midterms elections and young people participating in our democracy?
Well, the first thing I always say is let's look at the numbers, right? I know that, you know, we always talk about that young people don't vote or that they're not reliable voters, but this generation is different and it's really exciting. If we look at the numbers in 2018, and Senator Murphy brought this up, we had the highest youth voter turnout in the history of our country in a midterm in 2018. In 2020, we had the highest youth voter turnout in the history of our country in 2020. And now we're coming up on the midterms here. And I'll tell you that, our election here in Orlando, the way I won this primary and became the Democratic nominee was having a broad coalition. But one of our best performing precincts was the University of Central Florida, where we got, I believe, over 90% of the vote. And so young people are voting. And here's the other thing, and this isn't to pit generations against each other, but just so we know, youth not voting at high numbers has always been a problem. It's not just a new problem. It's been going on in our country for generations. The last generation to have some of the highest youth voter turnout numbers were baby boomers. Gen Z is voting, I believe, at over 40% of that right now at our current age, which means that we are the generation of young people that is voting the most. So let's keep resourcing that. Let's keep organizing. Let's bring people together around common shared values. Young people want something to vote for and not against. They want to hear about the future that they want to live in, one where, and we can all agree on this, right? Where we can live free of violence, where we can have bodily autonomy, where we can live in a place that's not ravaged by the climate crisis, like I'm seeing right outside my window right now, and where people have the resources to tap into the opportunity of this country. Now, that's not something that's just, specific to my generation, but is a human thing. And at the end of the day, it's about love. If you love somebody, you want them to have these things. And that's what gives me so much hope with this generation. And it's not just about running for office. When you have people who are seeing the world through the eyes of the most vulnerable in every facet of society, leaders in clergy, teachers, people who are running supermarkets, CEOs, business leaders, politicians, all around, that's how we create a better world and change our culture.
Thank you, Maxwell. And to present the award to you is our board member, Leslie Brittany, and you'll be able to see it momentarily.
There you are.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Maxwell.
Thank you. We'll get it to you.
Stay safe.
Thank you.